All right, guys, we are back. Welcome to the next lesson. We're going to pick up from where I left off on the last video, which is preparing for solving linear equations. So if you would take your textbooks and turn to page 229, I asked you to finish this for homework and check your work. I'm not going to write down the words for the column in my own words, but I would give you an idea of what you should have had in that spot. So, because you should have done that on your own. So we're just going over the answers to check your answers from last night or whenever you worked on the problems. Okay. So for the first part, where it says coefficient, in my own words, you should have had the number in front of the variable or a number that is multiplied by a variable, either one. Okay, so in the example that I gave you, the coefficients are 3 and 5 are the coefficients. Okay, for like terms, you should have had two or more terms that are multiplied by the same variable. Um, Constants are also like terms. So two or more terms where the variable matches, something like that, would be correct. Okay. So for your like terms, you should have had 3x and 5x are like terms, and 2 and 4 are like terms. Okay. So the ones that have the same variable are like terms. 2 and 4 are also like terms because they both are numbers. So numbers go with numbers, variables go with variables. Okay. For term, you could have had it's a number, a variable, or a product of a number and a variable. A number, a variable, or a product of a number and a variable. Okay. So for here, the expression has three terms. So the terms are 3x, 3x, 2, and 5x are called terms. 3x, 2x, and 5x are all terms. Okay. And for a variable, you should have had a letter that stands in the place of an unknown number. Or a letter is an unknown. So if you said anything like that, then you are correct. So in this case, x is a variable and also y is a variable. Okay, so both x is a variable and y is a variable in this situation. All right, so also in addition to that, last night I asked you to do the bottom for homework. So we're going to go ahead and check those answers really quickly. It said for each expression, you're going to circle the like terms and list any variables. So in the first problem, you should have circled these two as like terms, okay? And the variable is x. All right, for letter B, none of these are like terms because 1 and 1/2 is a constant, t is a variable, and 2/3 s has a variable, which makes none of those look the same. Okay, so the variables are t and s. All right, and for letter C, your like terms should have been 15k and 2/5 k. All right, and the variables, in this case, you have two variables. So the variables are k and m. All right. So also you had last night to do for homework, number 3. Number 3 talks about Darnell. All right. So Darnell goes to the movies with his friends, and The receipt on his phone shows the cost of a ticket after the discount. Your job was to write an equation to represent the situation, asking what is the price of the ticket before the discount. And I ask you to show your work. Anytime you work on problems like this, the first thing you must do is identify the variable, okay, in this case. So if it's asking you what's the price of the ticket before the discount, okay, then the price of the ticket before the discount has to be the variable. So I'm going to name that. We're going to say let X equal the price of the ticket before the discount. All right. So from there, we want to write the equation. So our equation in this case, it says that they bought 8 tickets. The total, so total means equal, and the discount is 75 cents. So this 75 cents will be a negative 75 cents because it's a discount. It's a price taken off of the ticket. Since we already identified the ticket as the variable X, we're going to call that X, we can now set up this equation, okay? So how many tickets was purchased? 8 tickets. So we're going to put 8 tickets. And in parentheses, we're going to write the price of the ticket, which is X, okay? And the discount minus 75 cents equals the total cost paid, which was $62. Then you have the distributed property. You should be distributing 8 times X minus 8 times 7,500 equals $62 even. All right. Now we're multiplying 8 times X, which is 8X, minus 8 times 7,500 should give us 8 times 7,500 is, hold on, Jemima. Jemima, I'm videoing my lesson. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my daughter in the background, and she's making noise in my video. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm kind of waiting for her to finish. Okay. All right. So 8 times 7,500 is $6 equals $62. And I need to add 6 to both sides because remember, I want my variables on one side and my constants on the other. This cancels, and I'm left with 8x equals 68. And now I want to divide both sides by 8. So we have 8 divided into 68 hundredths. It goes into itself one time. Subtract. Bring down my 8. Goes in one time.